WLAN Roaming. Upon completion of this course, you'll be able to understand the basic concept of roaming, summarize basic principle of roaming, and list application scenario of roaming. Introduction to roaming concept. WLAN roaming overview. Roaming allows a SDA to move from a coverage area of an AP to another AP with non-stop service transmission. So in this figure, the SDA is moved from the AP number 1 to AP 2 without the service interruption. So this process is called roaming. So when you configure for the roaming, so the first thing you need to make sure is, so this kind of the roaming services, they must using a same SSID. Okay, for the channel, it's recommended is using 2 different channels to reduce the interference cost when they perform the roaming on the overlapping area. The purpose of WLAN roaming. The packets are lost or the service are interrupted due to the long authentication duration. The user authorization information remain unchanged. So when we perform the roaming, we don't need to do the authentication anymore. And the last, the user IP address must be unchanged. Okay, because if the IP address is changed when perform the roaming, then your current the networking process might be interrupted. Number 2, introduction to roaming principle. And this is the process. When the SDA need to perform fast roaming, it sends a roaming request to its channel. So right now the PC is connected to the AP number 1. Okay, this BSA is using the channel number 1. So the SDA sends a roaming request to its channel. Okay, right here. So when the roaming is triggered, so the roaming is triggered when the SDA reach the threshold. So now already reached to the edge already. So this is the coverage of the AP number 1, AP1. So roaming threshold. So the roaming is triggered when the service quality reach its threshold. So the PC will understand, because when the signal become very weak and they almost lost the signal, so they'll know this one might be the threshold for the AP. So the operation. So the SDA will start associate with the new AP and de-associate with the original AP. So since right now, I'm going to leave this BSA soon, so I will need to de-associate with my origin AP, and I need to connect to another new AP. So this is the process of the roaming. Network architecture of WLAN roaming. So from a figure here, you notice they have 2 AC. AC number 1, AC number 2. So both of them is already configured the inter-AC tunnel. So the AC number 1 manage 2 AP, AP1, AP2. And the AP number 3 will be managed by AC2. So right now the PC perform the roaming from the AP number 1 and enter to the BSA of the AP number 2. So this kind of roaming we will call as intra-AC roaming, because these 2 AP is managed by the same controller. So when the roaming is happening within the same controller, we will call as an intra-AC roaming. Okay, no matter this is layer 2 or layer 3. So now the PC is continue perform the roaming. So right now they start to roam from the AP number 2, entering to the AP number 3 BSA. So this roaming we will call as an inter-AC roaming. So right now I perform the roaming from the AP number 2 enter to the AP number 3 BSA. So now these 2 is managed by different controller, controller number 1 and controller number 2. So this kind of roaming we will call as an inter-AC roaming. Number 3, the roaming application scenario. Layer 2 roaming. For the layer 2 roaming, okay, the blue color dot is showing this is the packet before the roaming. So when our STA is still at the BSA on the AP right here, okay, this AP using the VLAN number 10 and same to another AP. So this is AP 2 using VLAN 10 also. Okay, it's the same VLAN. So the hash AC is actually stand for the home AC. Okay, home AC and the home AP. And this is a foreign AC, foreign AP. So before I roam to another area, the user data is sent forward directly to the internet. Okay, and after I perform the roaming, so when the SDA enter to the another BSA, so now my packet will be go through the FAC and then go to the internet. Okay, this is only happening on the layer 2 roaming. Okay, now the layer 3 roaming. So what's the difference between the layer 2 and the layer 3? So now this is the tunnel forwarding. The controller here, the hash AC, form the kebab tunnel with the hash AP. So this is a kebab tunnel between hash AC and the hash AP. Then the FAC also form its own kebab tunnel with the FAP. In between the controller, hash AC, and also the FAC, both of them is already configured the inter-AC tunnel. Okay, it's already enabled and they form the tunnel. So right now, my STA within my on BSA here, the service data is actually sending. Okay, right now this is a tunnel forwarding mode. So the user data is actually forward. Okay, this is my user data. You're using the tunnel. If you still remember, the tunnel forwarding mode, all the user data have to forward back to the controller using the kebab tunnel. So they'll come out from the tunnel, go to the controller, and the controller will go into redirect to the internet. Okay, this is happening before roaming. Now, the SDA roam to another AP. You notice right here, the AP is using the VLAN 20. This AP is using a VLAN 10. So basically, they belong to two different broadcast domains. So now, the PC want to continue to access to the internet. Now the traffic will go borrow using the tunnel right here. Okay, my data service will enter to the kebab tunnel. So I entering the kebab tunnel and come out from the FAC. And I know because my current data is actually come from my hash AC area. It's not from this area. Even for the VLAN that I'm using right here, they doesn't support in this area. So I need to go back to my home AC there. So now the FAC have the connection between the hash AC and the FAC using the inter AC tunnel. So you're going to redirect the user data sent to the tunnel here. Entering to a tunnel, come out to the controller. Okay, then the AC will going to help the user redirect the packet to the internet. So this is a roaming for the layer 3 in tunnel forwarding mode. Then the next one, in the direct forwarding. So this scenario will be more complex. So we already understand the SDA before perform the roaming. Okay, so what's the difference here? So I'm going to repeat again. The SDA want to go into the internet on the home AP here. And right now it's the direct forwarding. So the user data will not using the kebab tunnel. My data can go directly. I can go directly to the network. Okay, because when we're doing the direct forwarding, all the encapsulation and decapsulation will be done on the AP. Okay, everything will be managed by the AP and it's not controller unless we're using the tunnel forwarding. Tunnel forwarding is managed by controller. Direct forwarding is managed by AP. Okay, now after the PC perform the roaming, so right now I inside the area on the VLAN 20 here. Okay, this network device all using the VLAN 20. So my SDA want to continue the services without interrupt. So now my packet will using the kebab tunnel here. Okay, even this is a direct forwarding, because this direct forwarding, they require the PC go back to the AP. So I need to using the kebab tunnel on the FAC here. Okay, I borrow the tunnel here. Okay, borrow the inter-AC tunnel and come back to my network. So they have to do that. Then after come back already, because right now my forwarding is called direct. So the direct means all the user data must be managed by AP and it's not the controller. So this is the reason why when the packet come out from the inter-AC tunnel, we will straight down to the AP. Okay, it will go down. You go down to the AP, and then the AP will redirect the user packet to the internet. So this is happening to the direct forwarding in the layer 3. So to prevent this happen, so that's why inside the controller here, they have one more feature we can enable, and we call as a home agent. Okay, home agent, this. Okay, try to enable on both sides, the home AC and also the foreign AC. After enable, what's the meaning of the home agent? That means the AC we're going to pretend as the agent. So when my user data using the cat web tunnel, alright, so I'm using a cat web tunnel, I try to return to my network. Okay, now the packet reached to the controller here. So the controller is already enabled the home agent. So that means I'm going to pretend as the AP right here. I become the agent. So anything you can forward the packet to me, I will help you to handle the packet, and I will help you to send to the internet directly without go back to the AP. Okay, that's why you can see the green color dot here. After they're returning to the original network, they can go to the internet directly. Okay, so this is only when we configure this kind of layer 3 roaming in the direct forwarding mode, we are recommended to enable the home agents. When roaming on a small enterprise network, one AC, so this network connection we call as an inline networking. My AC have an uplink and also the downlink. So all the traffic have to go through the AC. So, and this roaming, okay, is called intra-AC roaming. No matter it's layer 2 or layer 3, okay, it doesn't matter. Then the next one, roaming on the medium and the large enterprise network. So on the large enterprise network, basically they have a lot of the AP deploy and the multiple AC because they want to have the different management. So the AC here you're going to manage is on AP, same to the other area. So for this kind of the roaming configuration will be much more complicated. Okay, so you have to understand those of the layer 2 and also the layer 3 the configuration, the IP routing. The roaming application scenario, okay, we can use on the scenario like the network lab, okay, the meeting room and halls, because halls they have a very wide open space area. One AP might not able to cover the entire spacing, so you need to have a lot of AP, and also you will depend on the concurrent user. They got how many people actually inside the hall. So when there's too many parties want to connect to the network, then you also require to increase the number of AP. Okay, library, okay, stadium, avenues, classroom, and the domes. Summary. Basic concept of roaming. Okay, this one I got do the explanation on the earlier on. So what is the basic concept for the roaming? The working principle of roaming. Okay, how they actually perform the roaming in a different scenario. Layer 2, layer 3 network with the different type of the forwarding mode. And the last one, the roaming application scenario.